Most of you are using ChatGPT all wrong. You're typing the same prompts over and over, getting inconsistent results, not surprisingly, and burning through hours that should be spent scaling your business and being more productive. But what if I told you there's a feature inside ChatGPT that 97% of business leaders, founders, and executives have never touched? It's called GPTs, and when built strategically, can save you 10 plus hours per week while dramatically improving the quality of your business operations. Hey, I'm Craig Hewitt. I've helped hundreds of founders integrate AI into their business, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to build GPTs that actually move the needle in your company. Plus, I'll tell you when to use GPTs versus Claude projects or Gemini gems. So as I'm entrenched in the AI world and the business world and seeing these two come together, one thing I'm seeing consistently is business owners and founders are drowning in operational chaos. They're spending 10, 15, 20 hours per week on tasks that could and should be systematized with AI. And they know this. The problem isn't that they don't know that AI exists. The problem is that they're using it all wrong. It's like a search engine. Instead of building repeatable business systems. I get it. I was there. A few months ago, I was really stressed out about AI until I dove in headfirst and really started trying to be an AI forward leader instead of just a casual user. And here's a really specific example. I was working with a SaaS founder recently who was writing emails manually. Every time a blog post had to go out, or a newsletter, or a product announcement, or an onboarding sequence, they were sitting down manually and typing this all out. They were spending hours on this and draining tons of creative juice from their brain and making them less productive for the rest of their day. Instead, they could have spent about 10 minutes giving context to a really well specified, really well thought out GPT or Claude project to get the same or better results. And this is where GPTs come in. Think of them as your custom AI employees that never forget instructions, never have a bad day, and work 24/7 with the exact knowledge and tone that you give them and your business needs. So before we dive into building, I want to talk about which platform to use and when. It's not about personal preference, it's really a strategic decision. I think tooling is a really important thing when it comes to AI. So for me, use ChatGPT and GPTs when you need team collaboration and sharing, integration with existing OpenAI like APIs and workflows, and a simple, repeatable business process. It's also really cost-effective for high-volume tasks, and ChatGPT especially has unlimited memory and context, so it remembers everything you've ever told it. I like to use Claude projects when I'm dealing with like complex or nuanced business decisions, long-form content creation and editing, strategic planning and decision-making, and situations requiring really sophisticated reasoning. I use Google and their GEMS feature when I want real-time data integration and research, Google Workspace connectivity, multiple language business operations, and advanced data analysis and visualization. I see a lot of founders running into roadblocks trying to make one platform do everything. And it's like trying to use a hammer for every job in your toolkit. Everything is not a nail. Each platform has its own strategic advantages, and successful AI forward founders and CEOs leverage them accordingly. If you want the complete breakdown of how to evaluate these platforms for your specific business needs, grab my free AI Accelerator email course. Link is in the description below, and I walk you through the decision framework that saves founders months of trial and error. You'll thank me. Now, let me show you the 5-layer framework that I use with clients to build GPTs that actually transform business operations. And let's start with layer 1, which is the strategic role. So don't just tell your GPT what to do. First, you need to define its strategic business function. Instead of, hey, I want you to help me with marketing, you act as a senior marketing strategist specializing in B2B SaaS customer acquisition for companies with $2 to $10 million ARR. Layer 2 is contextual business knowledge. And this is where I think a lot of people fall short, is they'll upload some generic document instead of curating real, actual business intelligence. So you want to upload things like ideal customer profiles, successful case studies, your brand voice guidelines and style guide, your process documentation. Your GPT should know your business just as well as you do. Layer 3 is systematic process templates. So you want to build repeatable workflows, not just one-off tasks. Create this kind of step-by-step process that you and your team can execute consistently. For example, like when analyzing a new market opportunity, always evaluate these 7 criteria in this specific order. Layer 4, and this might be the most important that nobody talks about, is quality control. You need specific criteria for evaluating the output quality instead of just letting it run rogue. Tell your GPT to ask clarifying questions when information is incomplete and always provide confidence level on recommendations that it's giving you. Layer 5 is integration pathways. Design your GPT to work with your existing business systems, whether that's connecting to Zapier, providing outputs that feeds into your CRM, or generating reports in your preferred format. You see, this framework transforms random AI interactions into strategic business assets. Okay, let's walk through building an actual GPT. This is going to be a marketing email writer, like I referenced in my example with the founder before, that my client used to increase their open rates by 47% while decreasing their time in writing from hours to minutes. So here's the specific setup. First, we'll define a role. So we'll say something like, you're a senior email marketing strategist for company, a B2B SaaS company serving mid-market founders with revenue operations software. Your expertise is in crafting compelling email campaigns that drive qualified leads and nurture prospects through the sales funnel. Next, let's give this some knowledge, right? We want to upload complete ideal customer profile documentations with pain points and goals, language patterns, brand positioning documents, and unique value props, website copy, including like landing pages, feature descriptions, and case studies. I want to give it a bunch of examples of other emails that I've written, like 50 of them. You can use Gmail to export this. Customer testimonials and success stories, competitor analysis and market positioning research, and email templates for different like levels of a funnel, right? Awareness, consideration, decision, post-conversion maybe. Okay, next, let's give this a process. You might say something like, when creating an email campaign, follow this strategic sequence. Identify the specific ICP segment and their current stage in our funnel. Reference relevant pain points and desired outcomes from our positioning docs. Incorporate proven messaging patterns in our top performing emails. Include specific product benefits that align with this segment's priorities. Create subject line variations for A/B split testing. And suggest optimal sending time based on segment behavior. Do you see what we did here? We gave it a really clear step-by-step set of instructions for it to follow. And last, let's put some guardrails on this thing so it knows and we know that it's going to behave like we want it to. You say something like, always maintain our established brand voice, direct but supportive, strategic but practical. Include confidence level on subject line performance predictions like high, medium, and low, and flag any claims that need fact-checking or legal review. So like I mentioned, this founder I was working with is spending 5+ hours a week on writing these marketing emails. After this, 15 minutes a week. That's all. Just a little strategic input, a little bit of review, bada bing, they're done. More importantly, email performance improved across all metrics because it was consistent and aligned with proven kind of customer language and examples. But here's what most people miss and what you probably know kind of deep in your heart. The business impact wasn't in the time savings. This GPT enabled their small marketing team to launch 5 times the number of targeted campaigns, resulting in 340% more qualified leads. That's the competitive advantage. You can do more with less and do it better with AI. Now, building the GPT is only half the battle. Getting your team to adopt it strategically is what separates really successful implementations from kind of experiments, in my experience. And phase 1 always starts with power users. Start with your most AI curious team members. Let them test it, let them break it, let them suggest improvements. Their feedback becomes your refinement kind of roadmap. Phase 2 is all about creating success metrics. Let's define specific KPIs, right? Time saved, open rates, click-through rates, sales, quality scores, process completion rates. If you can't measure the impact, you can't scale the system. Phase 3 is all about systematic training and like documentation. Don't just show people how to use it, show them how to use it the way you do and in a way that fits into their existing workflow. Create kind of before and after process maps that demonstrate the real business value and impact. Founders who succeed with AI don't just implement tools, they build AI-augmented and AI-forward business systems that compound their competitive advantage over time. In the end, here's what separates AI-forward founders and CEOs from AI-curious and overwhelmed founders and CEOs. They don't just chase shiny new tools, they build systematic competitive advantages. GPTs aren't just another kind of productivity hack, they're a way to scale your expertise across the organization. And when built strategically, they become that force multiplier that compound your business results. Look, the fact is, your competitors are probably still typing the same prompts over and over, getting inconsistent results, and wondering why AI isn't transforming their business. Meanwhile, you're here, and you're going to have AI systems that you know will grow your business and execute 24/7 on strategies that you've defined for it. The question isn't whether you should be using AI in your business. I think we all know that. The question is, are you going to be the founder who builds strategic AI advantages, or are you going to get left behind? And so if you're ready to transform from an overwhelmed kind of operator to an AI forward leader in your business, grab my free AI Accelerator email course. I'll show you the exact framework hundreds of founders just like you have used to reclaim 10 plus hours per week while building future-proof, scalable AI forward businesses. Don't let this be just another video that you watch and then forget about and go watch Cats or Log Cabins, which is my guilty pleasure. Your business and your life depend on making this transition now. If you've enjoyed this video on GPTs, check out this video on doing a similar thing in Gemini with their GEMS functionality.